Okay, this is the 9th lesson in the Pre-Algebra Worksheet Series. Today you're going to be kind of combining an expression with 6 terms, okay? So most problems will have 3 variables and 3 constants. Remember, in a picture, this would be squares, rectangles, squares, rectangles, squares, rectangles. So you want to group all of your rectangles together and all of your squares together. So on the first problem here, I'm not doing it, but you should. We're going to single underline the x's, and we're going to double underline the numbers, or the constants. So you're going to group all of your single underlines together and all your double underlines together. Notice what I'm doing first is I'm going to group this as single underline, single underline, single underline, shaded, shaded, open. I'm grouping my 2 shadeds together. I'm going to have 6 shaded rectangles and 9 open rectangles. And then if I group those together, I have more 9s and 6s, so my sign's positive. 6 away from 9 is 3, and my variable's x, sign, number, letter. Now let's go to the constants. We have 3, 5, and 6. Open, open, shaded. So I'm going to group my open ones together. I have 8 open squares, and I have 6 shaded squares, don't I? I have more opens than I do shaded, so the plus drops. 6 away from 8 is 2. That's kind of the system you want to do it. Remember, you're not drawing these. If you were to draw these, it would take a long time. Let's go through and we're going to do number 3 and 6 together. So on number 3, the double underline the constants and single underline the variables. Okay, so I have my variables here and my constants here, don't I? Now then, open, shaded, open, right? I have 2 open sets, don't I? 1 plus 3 is 4, so real small, I'm going to put plus 4x and then minus 7x. Now then I could group those, can I? There's more 7s than there are 4s, so my sign's going to be negative. 4 away from 7 is 3, and my variable's x. So I have sign, number, letter, don't I? Now then let's go through and do our squares. Open, shaded, shaded, right? Open, shaded, shaded. These 2 are shaded, aren't they? 5 and 9 add up to 14. So I have 8 open ones and 14 shaded ones, don't I? So I have more shaded than I do open, so my sign's going to be negative. 8 away from 14 is 6. So on my final picture, if I were to have drawn this, I would have 3 shaded rectangles and 6 shaded squares left. Okay, right here on number 6, let's do number 6. Okay, this is a constant, it's going to get double. This is a variable, single. This is a variable, single. This is a constant, double, and a variable, single. Okay, remember there's no number in front of the x, there's a 1, right? So let's look at the variables first. Shaded, open, open. Shaded, open, open. So I have 5 and 1, I have 6 open ones, and I have 7 shaded ones, don't I? Eventually you won't have to write this out, you'll just do it. You have more shaded than you do open, so your sign's negative. 6 away from 7 is 1. We don't put the 1 in front of a variable, and our letter's x. So sign, number, letter, right? Now then, let's go to your constants, 2, 3, and 9. Open, shaded, open. Open, shaded, open. So I have these 2 are open. So I'm going to have plus 11 and a minus 3, aren't I? I have more opens than I do shaded, so my sign's positive. 3 away from 8, or 3 away from 11 is 8. So negative x plus 8 is my answer. Continue this the same way. You're going to group together your positives and your negatives. And remember, the last thing I'm doing here is subtracting, aren't I? Remember also, if the variables or the constants cancel out, you don't put a 0 there, or unless everything cancels out, it just goes away. You won't have any rectangles or squares in your image. Good luck today. You're going to do well. And remember to always believe.